Today's Shimano Tech Talk is all about how to pick the best rod and reel combo for topwater fishing. So first things first, let's start with the rod. Most good topwater fishing rods are in that sort of 8 foot to 8'6" in length. You want a nice long rod to get casting distance, and also when you are fighting a fish, you want a nice long rod with a good curve in it for fighting that fish straight up and down off the boat as well. So you're putting a bit more leverage onto the fish as opposed to onto your body. The PE rating is generally what we work to with what sort of line you're going to be running on the rod. So a PE5 rod is going to be a lightest topwater rod, and then you can go all the way up to a PE8, PE10. So depending on where you're fishing, if you're fishing way offshore in some areas where there's a lot of really big fish, then you might want to be using a PE8 rod. Maybe if you're fishing in harbours, around channel markers, and areas where there's probably smaller fish, then you might want to use a PE5 or a PE6 rod. So also the rating on the rod that you need to look for is what size lure that you can be swimming. So like on a big heavy rod like this is a PE8, you might be able to run lures up to about 140 grams. So that's going to be anything from that sort of 80 to 140 grams is going to be the optimum size that this rod can swim properly. If you go to a lighter rod, say like this, which is a PE5, then you might only be running lures in that 60 to 100 grams size. So there's a lot of things that you need to look at when it comes to a rod. The size of the lures that you can be running, the weight of the line that you can be running, and also the length as well. So rods are a massive part of topwater fishing, and it really pays to take the time to get it right. So when it comes to reels, Shimano have a massive range of good quality reels for topwater fishing. You need to have a really good drag capacity to put the brakes on these bigger fish. High gear reel is really important. You want a fast retrieve rate. So when you're sweeping the line and trying to get back up to it to sweep the lure again, you want to be able to get back quickly. So it's really, really important to match your reel with your rod. So in this case, we've got a PE5 rod, and we've matched it with the Stella 6000 reel. So it's a smaller reel, and we're running PE5 line. So really important to get it balanced right. So if you've got a smaller rod, then you obviously want a smaller reel. In this case here, we're using a large PE8 rod designed for catching big fish, and we've matched this with the Twin Power 14,000, which is a super high gear reel, grunty, heaps of drag, and it's well suited and balanced for this rod. So really important to get the rod and the reel matching. So the best thing to do to pick the right rod and reel combo for you is either go onto the Shimano website and check out the selection, or pop into one of your local Shimano retailers, talk to their friendly staff, and they'll help you sort out the best combo for you. Happy topwater fishing, guys. Adios.